President Biden is on vacation, but this is how he is being talked about in the media here.
Got hairy legs. Hairy. Got hairy legs. Hairy COVID.
Hairy COVID. Yes. Okay. So this is from The Atlantic. So this is mainstream liberal bastion of journalism talking about memes. And the article is titled... The article is titled, "Stop Putting Lasers in Joe Biden's Eyes." Subheadline, "Dark Brandon isn't really that ironic." Uh-oh. Have you seen the Dark Brandon memes?
No, I mean, is the header image here? Is that part of the dark?
That is an example of Dark Brandon.
So it's a black circle. It's Joe's head kind of emerging from the bottom. Yeah. Cuts off it around his nose, and his eyes are laser red. I thought this was a Bitcoin to 100,000 meme that was taken over the Twitters.
The memeverse is everywhere, Gons. Yes, this is, you may have seen memes or images where Joe Biden is doing something silly. He's got laser eyes, or he's doing some sort of, I don't know, masculine activity or something. That's called a Dark Brandon meme. Now, instead of bringing my own interpretation, although I will comment here or there, I just thought it was hilarious how The Atlantic, a elite liberal journalism outlet, how they are interpreting the dark Brandon memes, what they think about it, and just how serious they think it is. And it goes like this: "The president is terrifying. He has laser eyes," or "he has laser eyes and he's screaming," or "he has laser eyes and he's commanding bolts of lightning like God. He is drinking Republican tears with a splash of lime. He is eating Mitch McConnell's head." Although Joe Biden, I gotta see that one. Actually, I'm gonna open that one up. That's what I love about this article is they're like, well, I don't want to give away the article, but they give lots of links to wonderful Joe Biden memes. Oh, yeah, this one is a picture. Now, it's one of the pictures where Joe Biden is eating an ice cream. It's the one where he's really kind of going down to just chomp it all at once. And but it's in black and white, and instead of the ice cream cone, they have Mitch McConnell's head there, and it says, "No one will be spared from his rage." Yes, that's Dark Brandon. And the tweet is from an account called Dark Brandon, at the Dark Brandon on Twitter. And the tweet is, "He will release the demon inside. Hashtag Dark Brandon. Hashtag Biden. Hashtag Dark Brandon rising." Now, let's continue. Although Joe Biden has often been the subject of memes related to his friendship with Barack Obama or his obsession with ice cream, he has lately become a different sort of internet figure known as Dark Brandon. Basically, Dark Brandon memes are images of Joe Biden, except scary and powerful, and they have risen in popularity as the president recovers from COVID-19 and advances his legislative agenda. The first Dark Brandon I saw was a weirdly lit photo of a grinning Biden that makes him look like the villain in an A24 horror movie. The text explains that whereas Donald Trump got COVID and suffered symptoms of the illness, Biden got COVID and then announced the killing of the Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri via drone strike.
Which was recycled news. This happened during the Pelosi thing.
Right. Yeah, we've killed Ayman al-Zawahiri a couple times.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times.
I think he died of old age once, and then we killed him once before, and now we killed him again.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just looking at this meme here. It's not even a good one. Man, the left really can't meme. To comprehend why people are doing this, that's what I love about The Atlantic. can't even comprehend why people are doing this. We need to write an article about it. To comprehend why people are doing this, one must understand that liberals who spend too much time online have for the past several years been locked in a psychosexual showdown with Trump supporters who also spend too much time online. Each side is convinced that the other is incapable of crafting a decent internet joke, yet each side takes the other's jokes as inspiration, of which they give no example of. Members of both groups live in a perpetual state of gloating and of sneering, and of gloating and sneering at the same time. They are devoted trolls who like to post in a way that is inscrutable to most Americans. I don't think so. I think most people like it. I think you, the Atlantic, doesn't understand it. And their twisted relationship often produces strange results. If Dark Brandon is the strange result du jour, two prior internet trends would seem to be its parents. The first was Trump supporters' habit, with Trump's encouragement and participation, of photoshopping Trump's face onto characters who are very cool and strong, such as Rambo, or a professional wrestler, or a guy walking away from a plane in a suit. This was maybe supposed to be ironic, but it did not always scan that way to outsiders. The Trump as Rambo images evolved after Trump left office into a niche category of dark MAGA memes that portrayed him as an otherworldly being, in many cases shown with laser eyes, who would soon be raining down violence on all who defied him. The aesthetics at play were a bit anti-democratic. This is the funniest part. So they literally describe how the left is stealing this meme format from the right. The right invented it. The right made it up, admitting that it was ironic, even though some people might not think it is ironic, right? Remember, the left stole this format, and then they say the aesthetics at play were a bit anti-democratic, accelerationist, what have you. And mainstream coverage of the trend from this past spring cited propaganda experts on its allegedly alarming implications. Wow. So when you put laser eyes on Trump, it's anti-democratic, and it's accelerationist, which is people who want the society to collapse as fast as possible. And it's alarming with violent implications if Trump has laser eyes. And yet, not a single word about all that when Biden has laser eyes. Okay, cool, the Atlantic. So that's the dark part. Then there's Brandon. And then she puts in parentheticals, I hate this. Because we all know the Brandon part, but she has to explain the Brandon part to people who don't know. And it goes like this. Brandon posts took off last year when an NBC sports commentator insisted that the crowd at a NASCAR race was chanting, "Let's go Brandon," when in fact they were chanting, F Joe Biden. Wow, they spell the whole thing out there. Trump et al. Ran with the euphemized catchphrase and started selling merch. Then Joe Biden supporters tried to turn it on its head by creating a new catchphrase. Thank you, Brandon. Remember thank you, Brandon?
I do.
Which I love this. There's so much honesty in this part of the article. Thank you, Brandon, which didn't make any sense because that isn't the president's name. They were like, we're taking their insult and flipping it. No. To me, it seemed more like they were just calling Joe Biden Brandon. But I guess I see where they were going for. Which, thank you, Brandon, was another great example of how the left can't meme.
Which, by the way, on this point, you probably heard about this, but Hillary Clinton promoted But Her Emails merch after the Trump thing.
Yeah, they keep trying to do this. And this is the funny part about the left can't meme response, is the left memes. And look, folks, memes are not just the things you see on the internet. Memes were actually what's his name? Who wrote about the who's the intellectual guy who was in the wheelchair, the electric wheelchair?
Stephen Hawking.
I think it was from a Stephen Hawking book where he proposed the word meme. It's a quite old term, but it's basically genetics for ideas. So, internet memes are like images, that communicate a widely held idea or joke. But a meme can also just include like a term, like "thank you, Brandon," or "but her emails," things like that. So every semi-successful left meme is simply stolen from the right, and they're trying to claim it as their own or retake the term or something. But the "thank you, Brandon" made no sense. Anyways, we're moving on. Putting those together, Dark Brandon became a joke about political posting that was popular among people who don't really care about Joe Biden, but do want to mock anyone who thinks Trump is Captain America or Scarface or whatever, and among people who wanted to poke fun at the idea that anyone would sincerely position Biden as a bad A. Family show, folks. The joke has since developed into something that reads... Yeah, bad donkey. The joke has since developed into something that reads more sincere. Now professed liberals are changing their Twitter usernames and phrases such as, quote, "standing with Dark Brandon," and, quote, "Joe Biden, our Brandon, promises made, promises kept." That is the name of somebody's Twitter account. Joe Biden, our Brandon, promises made, promises kept. Cool. The profile pic for the latter user is a poster for the 2008 Batman movie, The Dark Knight, but with Joe Biden's head on Christian Bale's body. Various members of the Biden administration have begun tweeting the Dark Brandon Rises meme, including the White House's deputy press secretary, Andrew Bates, and its director of digital strategy, Rob Flaherty. So why is that important? That's important because this whole trying to steal Dark Brandon, as is laid out in the history in this article, started as people who don't even really care about Joe Biden, just kind of making fun of the dark MAGA memes. Hey, you put laser eyes on Trump, let's put laser eyes on Biden. That'll be funny. And then the Biden supporters, including the Biden White House administration, the deputy press secretary and director of digital strategy, Rob Flaherty, are latching on to this idea that Dark Brandon memes are some sort of good PR, when it was, again, just literally stolen from the Trump side to kind of make fun of it. And now they're trying to make it sort of unironic and sincere praise.
It's really sad. It's really just
so
looking
sad, man.
They're looking at the trend and they're thinking, oh, this is a marketing opportunity. That's all they're thinking.
Exactly. They don't have any of their own ideas and they fail consistently. And so they have to latch on to like the worst one possible. As with Hillary Clinton explaining Pepe the Frog, you remember that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mike Bloomberg purchasing meme ads on the World Star Hip Hop Instagram account. We have arrived at yet another shameful juncture in the meme wars. Maybe people at the tip top of the Democratic political bureaucracy should not allude to their familiarity with the low-down internet. It's so lowbrow, memes. Parenthetical, or as the meme maker known as Dasharez1 said about the Bloomberg memes, stay out of our culture and we will stay out of your penthouse. Even before they got involved, the Dark Brandon meme was cringe. Okay. All right. It was cringe, guys.
That sentence is cringe. This whole article is cringe. If you
know what?
Really
You ask any Gen Z in your life, and using the word cringe is cringe.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, millennials. I know you were just catching on, but you got to stop. Even before they got involved, the Dark Brandon meme was cringe. Cringe is hyperlinked, by the way. I got to see what they hyperlinked for
Probably
cringe.
it's an Atlantic article. Cringe culture everywhere.
Oh, good. Depicting, as it did in many instances, Joe Biden sitting on the throne from Game of Thrones, which reportedly originated as Chinese anti-Biden propaganda. Or, as I've already mentioned several times, shooting lasers out of his eyes. I have also seen dark branded memes in which Joe Biden turns into a rapper, a la the notorious RBG, or made to sport a full sweatsuit branded with the logo of Newport cigarettes, as well as gray cornrows. That last image is so horrible that it left me breathless.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta see this. You know, and the funny part is, oh, I'm checking. The made to sport hyperlink.
Yeah, okay. That's the hip hop one.
Going, checking, loading. Oh, yeah, that's good. Yep, it is exactly as described. And it's from the tweet that describes, or that posted it, called it Dark Brandon 2024. And it's Dark Brandon, laser eyes, gray cornrows, smoking some Newports in a full Newport branded tracksuit. Cool. That is so cool. Good job, Left. On the theory that I might be missing something, I reached out to an avowed Dark Brandon fan and asked her to explain and defend the phenomenon. Allison Gill, a co-host of the political news podcast Mueller, She Wrote, and the Daily Beans, told me that the memes are simply funny. Joe Biden is the opposite of Trump, and he is the opposite of terrifying. To turn, quote, one of the kindest men in Washington into a laser-eyed menace, she said, is antithetical and awesome. These millennials, man, these millennials and their irony is breaking the brains of the Atlantic here. I asked her whether she'd considered the possibility that the memes were perhaps actually really embarrassing. Quote, Dark Brandon is ironic, she claimed. Look, and this is the point here. So this person that she's talking to is saying, like, yeah, it's a meme. It's ironic. It's supposed to be funny. And the writer of The Atlantic is saying, like, this is really embarrassing. This doesn't make Biden look good at all. This is like blah, 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 blah. It's a beautiful snapshot of kind of the Democratic establishment altogether. They're like, we don't understand it. We don't like it. But gets a lot of clicks. So, yeah, let's get the White House press secretary on it.
It's kind of China style. Just steal good ideas.
Right, exactly. Quote, Dark Brandon is ironic, she claimed, while the analogous Trump memes from MAGA posters are not. And this is where they lose it. This is where they lose it. And this is why they can't do it, because they don't realize that Trump memes almost in their entirety are ironic and are funny, and that's the point. It may make people like Trump more, but it's not supposed to be serious, and that they don't understand. Quote, they saw Trump as a bad donkey mother effer who's going to F people up. I suggested that the line between sincerity and irony might appear faint when someone offers straight-faced praise of Biden's political accomplishments and then posts an image of him licking an ice cream cone, holding up two $10 bills while a sizable explosion goes off behind him, or walking away from a Trump billboard in slow motion as the billboard topples over, or wearing aviator sunglasses, captioned with the acrostic, quote, bringing respect and needed dignity back to our nation. Cool meme. Is this... We gotta look at that one. What a hilarious meme. Biden wearing sunglasses, saying he's bringing respect and needed dignity back to our nation. Oh, that is bad. That is a bad one. Okay, moving on.
It takes so long for everything to load on the computer.
It's the load. Here. Yeah, don't worry. It's a bad meme. It just confirms the left can't meme theory.
Wow, this is
bad. It's just bad.
Oh, well.
Is this maybe an undesirable conflation of politics and fandom, and exactly the kind of behavior for which liberals look down at Trump supporters? And if it is not, wouldn't Democrats have to concede that both categories of images, Dark MAGA and Dark Brandon, are so absurd as to be obviously ironic?
Oh, come on. Come on.
Gill allowed that maybe some liberals really do desire to imagine Joe Biden as a gloomy avenger in a sinister eye patch after they spent years making fun of Trump supporters as flags and costumes and cardboard cutouts and saying that they would never engage in the same weird cult-like behavior. Perhaps the Dark Brandon trend really does have a whiff of hypocrisy. Quote, is this bringing us into weirdness? She said, considering the question. Quote, no, I think we're just celebrating a nice guy in an ironic way. I guess the irony is simply lost on me. And that is the end of the article. And you can tell that, wow, my gain got boosted again. You can tell that they continue to miss the point, which is they like want to participate in meme culture. They want the influence that good memes bring. They want the camaraderie and the unity of something like Dark MAGA or a meme with Trump with laser eyes, can bring to the internet community. But they don't want to be weird. They have this sort of like, yes, we want all the benefits of memeing, but we don't want people to think that we're unserious, like those MAGA people, those goofballs. No. We want memes that make you think and really inspire you to social action or something. And I think they didn't mean to here at The Atlantic to really finally answer the question of why the left is so bad at memes. I don't think they meant to do that, but I think they unequivocally answered that question. The left is weird at memes, is bad at memes, because they don't want to be weird. They don't want to be considered unserious. And they don't understand that is exactly what, it's not the only thing that is bringing lots of people to the right, but I think it's definitely a part of the draw, the appeal of the right, is that especially on the internet, they have an ability to be so unserious and weird that it at least brings a little bit of joy into supporting the right or supporting Trump. There's at least some fun to be had. Whereas the left, or Democrats mainly, they are not having fun on the internet.
Well, it's indicative of the pendulum swing here because, as the left was rising and, Democrats came into power and culture and everything else in the last 20 years or so, they were the ones having fun. They had all the comedians and the actors. Oh, they're having so much fun.
They were anti-establishment. They had all the funny people.
Now they became the establishment. And so the counterculture will be created. And thus the right, conservative, whatever, Republican side of the aisle picked up on that aspect of it. And of course, people are naturally drawn towards humor. In the sense. So, it makes sense. And they're trying to, the people that came to the top, the Democrat left progressives that are at the top, they don't want to lose control. They don't want to lose influence. They don't want to lose power. But culture does what culture does. You can't control culture in that way. At least authors like this lady here who wrote the book, Everything I Need to Get From You, How Fangirls Created the Internet as We Know It. And do you see the cover of this book, Basil? It's like its own cringe. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. It looks like she did it on paint or something.
Oh no. Yeah. It's like it's like a sort of Instagrammy vibey sort of abstract color gradient thing in the background with a bunch of heart emojis all around it, just randomly different colored heart emojis. Yeah, it looks like a bad Instagram post from like a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And it says everything I need I get from you how fangirls created the internet. Yeah, I mean, that could be. See, if that isn't ironic, and here's the difference. It's very ironic. As an ironic book cover, it works very well.
Right.
It communicates the
problem is
ridiculousness of the premise.
She's 100% serious.
Exactly. If it's not ironic, it's incredibly bad. And I think that's a great example of the left wanting the influence of memes, but not wanting to be seen as ironic or silly. And it just is... Well,
sad. It's
if
sad.
I may borrow a term that has fallen out of fashion, it is cringe. And this is a big, I know that a lot of people maybe don't quite yet understand why tracking this meme culture is so important. But I'm telling you, if you are a person on the internet, meme culture has an invisible, unstoppable force in your life on the internet. And, knowing what's going on behind the curtain or below the surface will help you understand what you see on the internet more than anything else.
I was thinking we should do a caca challenge. That's how we can go viral. We'll just get people to film themselves doing a really, really loud caca and then think outside the cage.
Yeah, why not do a bunch of cringe stuff? Dang, did I really take 20 minutes on that whole thing?
You took over 20 minutes breaking it down. Yeah, so we're going to drop a couple stories. And
here's what I think we should do.
Okay.
We need to at least move money.
Okay.
Don't you think we need the money?
We do need to do that. Yeah, I was very hesitant to
let's drop that down in the next section.
Okay.
Apologies, I took all the time, folks, but I do think you should take the meme wars seriously because we are literally watching the meme wars decide presidential elections.